Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And today I have a very, very special guest, which I'm so excited that she came today. She made time to talk to us about the spiritual benefits of yoga. And if you're here every Thursday on these lives, you know that I always try to bring different practitioners from every walk of life to talk about their practices and also to talk about different ways that we can improve our knowledge of self and also improve our spiritual awareness. And so I kind of wanted to take a moment just to, before I bring her in, I wanted to ask you to subscribe to this channel if this is your first time tuning in. And if you feel like this conversation that we're having throughout the beginning, the middle, or the end, or even afterwards, if you feel like this video can support someone in your life that you love, then I want to invite you to share and like this video. And I also want to ask you to consider joining the Cosmic Light Activation membership if you want to do something more than subscribing to the channel to support. This is basically a membership program where you get to receive an Akashic clearing every month. It's basically a collective clearing. And it's just a really great way to practice spiritual hygiene and clear out, collective energies throughout the week or the month. And if you want to join, I want to invite you to go over to my website, thebloominglotushealing.com. And again, you will get special perks. You will get the Akashic clearings. You will also get collective readings every month through our exclusive portal, which I'm so excited that I just recently set up this portal for the group, and I'm so grateful. And if you want to join, just go to the website, my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and sign up. But enough about this conversation about all of this. I don't want to keep you waiting from connecting with Florence. So today we're going to be talking about what are the benefits or spiritual benefits of yoga. And the reason why I brought Florence is because of her own journey. I had a spidey sense that she had a lot to share, and I personally haven't, really checked out all of the things that have happened in her life. So I'm super excited for her to share her story with us today and to teach us a little bit of a chair yoga and give us a little bit of guidance on how to see yoga as a way of improving our spiritual life. Okay, so we have some people here. Flame, thank you for being here. Gal, thank you. Monica, thank you for being here. I'm so excited that y'all are here. So lovely to see you guys. And so I'm going to bring in Flo. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have you. And so I met you at a yoga studio that I started going to about a month ago. I was being called to bring more movement into my life. And I needed to bring more compassionate movement. And I felt like the regular gyms weren't the best place. And then here I am at this yoga studio, and I go to one of your classes, and I just fell in love with you and your energy. And I was just so grateful to connect with you. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you in is because, well, first of all, I was curious about your story, and I kind of wanted to know more about you. But then also just to kind of bring a little bit more of that awareness, right, of how can we include, this self-compassionate movement into our daily life, which yoga kind of brings into our daily life. And how can we and I bring this into our spiritual practices and include these into our spiritual practices? Or how can we see this, coming together, right? And so, but before we talk about that, I kind of wanted you to share a little bit about yourself. For those of you who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get started in this journey of teaching yoga?
Okay, so first, thank you for having me today. And I have to be honest with you, it's my first time doing this. I'm a little nervous here, but I'm practicing yoga right now. I'm just taking deep breath and trying. here present. And you want to know about my story, my journey here. So, I'm French, and before living here, I was living in Peru for 8 years and 1 year in Colombia. So, yes. I stayed there. I fell in love with the jungle, with the Amazon forest. I wasn't in the mountain, just in the forest. And I think, everything began because I was, there. It's the perfect place to start to learn, to study with plants, with all these beautiful people trying to open everything. And at one point, I was like flying, like, yeah, going to all the different worlds, but I was feeling, oof, I need to feel grounded. I need to go
Mm.
back to the roots, especially because it's not my country. And this I need it every time I'm moving. Even when I came here, I need to go back to find some roots because I didn't grow up here. So I need to feel okay, I'm safe, I'm in home. So I didn't know what to start. I did before a lot of dance, a lot of movements. So I like to move the body. But for me, yeah, I had this in mind. In my mind, yoga was just like sitting and saying home all day long. I was like, "Ah, so boring."
Right.
So I just tried one day with I remember in Iquitos in Peru with a Spanish girl, with a Spanish woman. And she was all the opposite. She was like more into almost fitness, like we have to move here and there and here and there. I was so sweaty at the end of the class. I was like, yeah, what is happening? This is not saying home.
Right, right.
But I think it was what I needed at this time.
Yeah.
Because when you are going to do like a diet with plants and this, your body is like a little not weak, but almost like in a pod because you just want to clean everything, but after you put it in one way, in one side, and to just travel. So my body wasn't ready for this. I was so sore. But I loved it. So I started to go every week, and I love the fact to go back into the body
Right. Yes.
and to feel again this body, because when you open some stuff in your mind, your body changed too.
Mm.
So I was rediscovering my body. It wasn't the
Mm.
same as when I arrived in Peru. So it was really a great experience for me. And I realized when I was seeing in the class other people, I realized, oh, a lot of people are completely disconnected with their body.
Yes. Yes.
And I always had this connection with my body because I grew up and I was born with a lot of allergy, with asthma, with a back problem, with knee problem.
Mm.
I was not a disaster, but yeah, a fragile woman. I needed more time. Every time I was like sick, I'm a little slow. Like I need time to process everything with the mind, with the body. So I really had this connection with my body to listen to the body, to know when is the time to do this and how to feel good with my body. So this was really great for me when I started yoga because I was coming back with this connection.
Wow.
But when I saw people like even just looking at their body and like, oh, I didn't know I had this, I was like, oh, you didn't know. I spent hours looking at my body and feeling and moving here and there because I love this. It's why I was like, maybe I would love to teach yoga.
Mm.
I would love to share my experience and to know more about this movement with the breath, this movement with putting more awareness with the mind and this. So I started, yeah, one idea is here and it started, it's like a seed. And after growing, and I told you I'm a little slow, so it took some months, almost years, when I was feeling ready. So yeah, I I went to Spain to do my training in Spanish, and I chose a Russian guy
Oh,
because I
wow.
really needed this structure. I'm
Wow.
flying all day long, so I need something really, really like
Yeah.
grounded. So even when I'm teaching, I'm not really like following all the rules, and I like, yeah, I'm just telling, yeah, do your best. But for me, especially at this time, I needed someone telling me
Right.
you have to do this because I'm
Yes.
too much everywhere and nowhere. So yeah, I did this training, the traditional hatha yoga with a series of poses and everything. Like, yeah, everything has a purpose. We do this because of this. Yeah, rule and square. But it's me, so the rule and square just stay maybe for 2 3 months, and after I want to discover what is behind.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, at this time of my life, I just moved here in this country. And yoga really helped me because if I have to be honest, I didn't want to move here at the beginning.
Oh,
I just
really?
moved for love. So I wanted, but I didn't choose this country. It wasn't like Peru or like Colombia. I love the culture and this and this. I was moving for someone, to be with
Mm.
someone. So it's completely different. And it's hard to go from the jungle to Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is a big deal. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really, for me, the city was a big jungle.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to learn everything because even in France, where I grew up, it's a small town in the country. Yeah, I'm not really a city person. So I started really to go every day to a yoga class. First, just to learn the language because I didn't speak any English at this time, but again, to find some roots because I needed to feel at least my body is here.
Mm.
So I need to know how my body is moving here in this country. Sounds a little
Yeah,
crazy. I don't
that's
know.
interesting. Yeah. So yoga is like your anchor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I need to feel this body because, yeah, I'm really, when I'm saying I'm flying, it's because I love to play with energy, with the Reiki, with the sound, with the shamanic drum, with it's super easy and quick for me. So I need something to go back. And
Mm.
for me, it's the yoga. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if you don't if you want
Yeah,
to
that's
talk.
incredible. Thank you for sharing your story. I was really curious because I mean there's so much, and for those of you who follow this channel now, you know why I wanted Florence to come here, or Flo to come here, because y'all know that I am really interested in plant medicine myself, and I've done a little bit of plant medicine in my own journey, and there's something that shifts for us, like consciousness, when we connect to ourselves in plant medicine, and then also the fact that you went to the jungle. That's, I mean, that to me is admirable and incredible. And so I just find that so fascinating, and it's so beautiful that that the divine guidance brought you here, right? To share that magic with the rest of us, because we need that. We need that magic to be shared outside of the jungle. We need that, right, in the cities. So I'm just so grateful that you're here, here in the U.S., sharing your magic, and it's incredible to receive you and your magic, and the beauty of what you allow us to unfold into, regardless of where we are in our journey of connection to our body. I feel like you create kind of like a sacred space for us to connect to our bodies, and it's beautiful. And so I kind of wanted to ask you too about with yoga, what is your opinion in regards to this being used as a spiritual practice? Is that, I mean, yoga has its traditions, it's rooted in India, and it's kind of like a way of life, right? It's more of a way of life that has other aspects, right? That it's not just a movement. And so can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yeah, actually, yeah. When I started, I was telling you I'm doing yoga right now because I'm nervous. I'm not moving, but I'm
Right.
just doing some breathing technique. So yoga is not just the movement, like you said, it's just a way to see the world, actually. So we move, but we can take breath, we can do like chanting with the mantra, we can do different things. And all of this, we call this yoga, a way to find because union, because yoga, yeah, in Sanskrit is to unite the body, the mind, and the spirit.
Mm,
Just want to find this union between everything to feel part of the everything, more or less.
that's incredible. And that's where I feel, in this journey, at least for me personally, and I'm just speaking from my own personal experience, my journey has been disconnecting from the body, right? And so, like right now, I'm learning how to connect to my body, and so my journey was to disconnect, because being in the body was or even in the mind was too much. So then I decided to go into the ethers, right, into going into these other places that felt better. However, that's not really where we're supposed to exist. We're supposed to exist here in the present moment, in the now, in on Earth. Otherwise, why are we here on this planet? We incarnate for a reason. We are here to really be in that human experience. And so I feel like yoga, at least for me personally, it's been a reminder of staying in the body, of stay a reminder of my humanity, that in my humanity I'm also spiritual. Like I don't have to be two separate things. Like my spirit doesn't have to be separate from my body, that it can be kind of like in that union. And I love what you said about yoga meaning unity. That's like incredible. Like that mind, body, soul, it's all together. And so I kind of wanted to ask you about your own practices. What would you recommend for someone, for example, like someone like me, right? Like that maybe is having a hard time connecting to their body, or maybe they don't have such a good relationship with their body. How would you recommend for someone in like in the yoga practices to start connecting to their body on a daily basis, so that they can, maybe shift their relationship with their body into a more aware and healthy place?
So first, are you talking about yoga, the movement, or yoga, the everything?
I guess yoga the movement. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Because the idea here, yeah, is finding the union, is finding the harmony between everything.
Right.
So even just when you wake up, and instead of going out to bed and starting your journey here, your day, you can just sit on the bed and take 2, 3, 4 breaths, but being here, present, you are doing yoga. And
Hmm.
you start to put awareness and to be present. So when you are present, you are here, you are part of the everything. Because the idea of the movement, yes, here, especially in this country, but I started almost for this reason, like we saw this like almost fitness.
Right.
We
Yeah.
want a big stretch and we want to be so slim and to put the foot behind the head and it's so beautiful. Yeah, great if you can do this. Who cares? But but the idea is really, if you talk about the spiritual aspect of yoga, you want a strong body and you want to know your body to be able to sustain and to receive higher levels of energy. For example, if you do, I don't know, if you like to use the shamanic drum and you are journeying with your shamanic drum, you need the body
Right.
to keep like the rhythm and everything. And when you are doing this for an hour, 2 hours, you need this body to sustain all of this. So here you can see the union between both. So when you do the movement, you just prepare the body actually. And preparing this body after, yes, you can use different technique with the breath, with what we call the band, as like closing some part in your body to realign all the chakra, the energy, if you really want to go into this. But just, I think sometimes we just see the body like the body and
Separate.
other things.
Right.
We need both.
Mm.
So for your question, yeah, just take a few breaths, maybe find some movement here to just move the energy inside, to release everything and to be ready to get up. Because for going up, you need this core, you need to squeeze everything to just start your day. But in the inside, if you talk about the energy, you need to have some alignment. Or, some days we just like, I'm so like late. We start the day and it's almost an horrible day because we forgot this and this and this. We are not here.
Right. Yes.
So just taking 2 minutes to be here, to be ready, to be grateful for this day, and yeah, you are doing yoga.
That's incredible. I love that because it really it takes away the perception, right? Because when I first got introduced to yoga was years ago, and I'm grateful that I got introduced to it through an actual yoga studio. Someone invited me to her yoga studio. They had like a Wednesday pay what you can. This was like years ago, and so it was different. It was so completely different than what you see in the gym now. You go to the gym today and it's kind of more towards it's geared more towards like move harder and push harder and like stretch bigger and like and it's just, to me it just didn't feel right. It just kind of defeated the purpose of what yoga is about, which is to just be present. And I don't, it's not a competition of how much can
Mhm.
you stretch. Is more about like how deep can you connect to your body, right? And
Yeah,
so that's the reason why I'm so excited that we're talking about this, because we need to hear this more. I feel like this conversation needs to happen more.
I think it's hard when you go to a yoga class because a lot of time you don't really have like beginner, intermediate, or advanced, but it's hard when you go for the first time to yoga class to talk about this stuff because you want everyone to be included in the class. And
Right.
for some people, this is so scary. Imagine someone never heard about all the thing about the chakra and about the energy, about awakening the kundalini and feel like is going to run away from this class. So you try to say something like for everyone. And a
Right.
lot of people start because of pain, because of body issue, because we have this tendency to forget the relation between some body issue and mindset. Like, yeah, And after a few times, they realize, oh, it's not really a pain, it's my body trying to tell me something. When this is happening, when I'm stressed, okay, so maybe next time when I'm feeling this, instead of not doing anything until I cannot walk, I can start to listen and to stop, to just go slow and to take deep breath. Yoga is this, actually. It's just, we try during a class to do this on your mat. It's easy because someone is telling you what to do, when you have to take a deep breath, what kind of pose you can do. But when we said like beginner, intermediate, advanced, an advanced class, it's not about the flexibility. It's just you have more, I don't like the word control, but you are more aware of your body and your mind. So the teacher is just here to tell you, and now take a breath. And you choose your breath, and you choose your breathing technique, and you choose what pose you want to take. So this is an advanced yogi. And the big challenge of the yoga is doing yoga outside from your mat.
Yes.
And to just almost, it's like a game, actually, the life. It's just, you are watching your life, you are like witnesses, like, oh, today I can touch my toes, and tomorrow, oh no, what happened? Life. It's like this. Some days you can do something, other days no, and everything is okay. You just have to accept, you just have to be aware. Maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of nothing. It's just like this. It's just life. Sometimes life is here, and everything is great.
Yeah, I love that so much. We can take what we learn in the mat and apply that into our lives. And so, and it's true, like there's some days that I go and wow, like I was able to do a stretch a little bit more this time, but today, for whatever reason, I feel a little bit more tight. And I love what you're saying about having that open conversation with our bodies, where we're listening, like we're listening to our bodies. And that's really what I feel when I'm learning in going to yoga. It's like I'm learning how to listen to my body and what it needs. And a lot of times the body will tell us when it needs to move, when it needs to rest, so are we listening? Are we listening to the cues of our body? It's like this alive, organic, you know, being that we're in, that we're in it, and we gotta, like listen to what it's trying to tell us. And but it's hard though. It's hard to listen when we're not taught that, it's almost like you have to like deprogram yourself from being outward into being more inward. And so
Yeah, and it's hard because a lot of time when you have this connection and you say, you know what, right now I just need 5 minutes to go back, people are like, ah, no, it's not possible, you have to do this and this and this. But who cares if you feel you need 5 minutes? I'm not telling you to take 3 weeks. Even if you want to take 3 weeks, go ahead. But 5 minutes in your day, what is this? 5 minutes, it's nothing.
yeah.
Instead of grabbing your phone and 5 minutes like on Facebook, on this or this, just take a deep breath for 5 minutes. It's like a meditation. 5 minutes of meditation, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And the good thing about yoga, I think, is you can do it everywhere. You can take your deep breath when you are driving your car into the traffic. You are doing your yoga. And it's for everybody. It's why I love to teach chair yoga and the restorative yoga. Because during this practice, Usually people say things, oh, chair yoga is just for old people. I can move my body and this. But I love this practice because you are in a sitting position. It's easier to, I think, to go into the body because you don't have the muscle part, you don't have the balance part. You are supported by the chair. So you can really feel the pose. You can really take your deep breath, extending your arms and see, oh, my arms are like this. And if I put my arms like this, oh, I'm feeling like my shoulders are up. Maybe I can relax. And what happens if I relax the shoulder? Maybe my jaw start to relax. You can really go deeper into the pose because you are sitting. And in the restorative practice, you try the restorative, you are supported by the bolster, the blocks, the blanket, so you can really listen to your body. Because a lot of time when you're not moving and you feel safe, supported, it's where you can feel this little point maybe in your back. Just here, it was there for days, but you couldn't hear, you couldn't feel this because you were too busy moving and this, and now it's just here. And if you send the breath in this place, maybe you will be able to release, and tomorrow you will feel super great. But you took just one breath, 1 minute doing this because you were just here in this present moment. And a lot of time it's hard for people because they are like, I cannot do anything. And you're like, you are doing something. You're breathing.
You're right. Yes.
You don't have to move to be here. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have taken your restorative and also the intermediate class. And I remember when when I first took the restorative, I had no clue what to expect. I've never taken it before. And so I was so happy to connect to my body from that place, because I was like, wow, like I haven't really done this. Like, yes, we go to sleep, yes, we get comfortable and we go to sleep, and we do some similar things when we go to sleep. However, there's something about just being present, just like consciously being present with the body, that it's almost like the body wants to be listened to. You know what I mean? Like, it wants to be heard. And so, like, when we give that space to the body to be heard, it's just almost like everything that you carry just gets released right at that moment, because it's like, thank you for listening to me. Now I release.
Yeah. And because the body is like, it's my time, the mind is like, hey, wait, maybe it's my time too. And we can start to release, and we have this union between the body, the mind, and maybe we can go to the next step to open everything because we are ready. Everything is here and released and ready to receive.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it's just different practice, but I think the most important, if someone never tried the movement yoga, is, I know it can be super scary to go for the first time to a yoga class. And you want to be in the back and you don't want to anyone to see you. And I know this. I really understand this. And just grabbing your mat, it's like the first step. It's just like people who wants to run, the first step is that put your shoes on. Grabbing your mat and going to a yoga class, you can do everything you want on your mat. You don't have to listen everything the teacher is saying. Really, every time, and even if I'm saying every time the student, people ask me, oh, you don't mean it. But yes, I mean it. Please do what you want. The teacher is just here to guide you because try to find a way for today. We just start with us. For example, today, oh, I have something in my lower back. Maybe today I'm going to do a sequence to release tension in my lower back because that feels good for me. But if this doesn't feel good for you, if this is not what you want today, don't do it.
Mm.
Even if you stay laying down on the mat for an hour, you are doing yoga. It's actually the this last pose, the Shavasana, the corpse pose. It's super hard to just be here laying down on the mat and just release with nothing. So if this is what you need today, do it. And just try to find your teacher. Because we are not going to, how can I say this? You can try one class, and if the teacher is not for you, please don't say, I don't like yoga. Because it's not the yoga fault. It's just, it's not your teacher. And it's perfectly okay. Maybe you are not going to like me because I'm teaching yoga, like I'm talking with you. I move my hands, I'm moving in between poses. If I want to dance, I'm going to tell you, yeah, go move the hips because I'm like this. And we have to share this, it's for everything. We have to share what we are. I'm not the woman, no, look at me. I'm not the woman in white, and this was my worst nightmare for me, the yoga and just sitting and saying, oh, I cannot share this because it's not me. With me, you have maybe some dance, maybe some movement, maybe some joke, maybe some, and at the end, yeah, maybe sending some energy, something like this because it's me. But maybe you don't want this, and you are like me when I started yoga, you need this structure. And I'm not giving you enough structure, and it's okay. You can change and try another class, and it's great because we have so many yoga teachers, so many different style of yoga. So please go ahead and try everything.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you, you were talking about hatha yoga. What's the difference between, for those who maybe haven't they haven't really dived into all the types of yoga? What is because I know there's hatha and there's another one, vinyasa.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference between these? I've always wondered.
It's just different style of yoga. They are the same pose. It's just different way of doing yoga because in hatha we stay longer into the pose because we want to build some strength and we want to feel warm from the inside, to wake up the energy from the inside. In vinyasa, it's almost like a dance, we flow and we repeat the movement and usually it's one movement, one breath. So we are not staying here. It's more to build flexibility in the body, like almost cardio, because you have to do the movement and the breath. And at the same time here, we want to wake up the energy, but from the outside, feeling like sweaty.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's different style. Usually here the tendency is more for women we are going to the vinyasa, and for men we are going to the hatha. I love hatha, I love vinyasa, but hatha, I love it because I really think if you start yoga, it's, I think, the best way to start because you stay longer in the pose, so you have the time. If it's your first time to do, I don't know, to do one pose, you have the time to lift your arms, to check your shoulder, to check your lower back, because you stay at least 5 breaths.
Right.
With the vinyasa, you don't really have time. So maybe, I know not all the yoga teachers agree with me, maybe start with the hatha. And when you know at least one sun salutation, you can move to the vinyasa. Sun salutation is a vinyasa, this series of
Yes.
different movement, one breath, in and out and in. When you know the series, you are doing a vinyasa. So you have a lot of different yoga. I really invite you to try different, even if at the end you don't like one style. For example, I don't like hot yoga, but I try it. And I was like, oh, what is the purpose of this? I'm so sweaty. I just want to go out.
You're like, this is too much for me. I don't see myself doing hot yoga. I don't,
But why
you
not?
know.
Maybe people love this because they need this. But I just need to go outside and I'm sweating like this. So.
And the reason why I don't see myself doing hot yoga, it's because I'm already like like I already like, even with the just with the classes, I get hot in the, so but I don't want to add more to that. I was just like, no, thank you, I'm okay. Because it is, I mean, it is a workout. If we really looked at it from a perspective, like, I do feel my heart rate go up. I can feel it. I start, breathing. I have to breathe a little deeper because, I'm in the movement. And yeah, I may not doing a sprint, but I'm definitely moving my body, and I feel the benefit of
Oops. Are you here? We lost her.
All right, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
No problem. You are here.
Okay,
You
there
just
we go.
said, I'm not doing a sprint, and shook.
Yeah, I'm not doing a sprint, and there we go. But here we are. And so, I'm not necessarily doing a sprint, but but I'm definitely moving my body, and I feel the benefit of, and I also feel the shift energetically. Like, I notice how there's like more space. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's more space that opens up inside my body. Like, almost as if there was like something energetically that was stuck in the body, and then now it's no longer there. It's incredible, you know. And the only way that you can really experience that is by doing it, really truly. It's like, that's the only, I mean, I can talk about it all day long, but that's what really keeps me coming back to it. It's because I know that it feels good. In the process of doing it, sometimes it doesn't feel so good. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm, but afterwards, it always feels good, afterwards, and then I get to also practice, like for me, I get to practice, that mind body, and what the mind is doing, what the mind is saying, and then kind of connecting to that, and being aware of, how I speak to myself and how I connect um to um to the body. But yeah, so anyway, I just kind of wanted to I guess we're at 144. I love that number, 144, angel number. And so I know that you were going to share with us a couple of movements with chair yoga. So I kind of wanted to ask anyone in the audience if you have any questions for Florence in regards to what you've heard, or maybe you're curious about something that you've tried, or maybe a type of yoga that you've tried, and you want to share something with her, or maybe ask her something. Please feel free to share here. But everyone is loving your earrings, by the way. Um,
Thank you.
I just have to share that.
I
Everyone is
love
commenting on your
big
earrings.
earrings, big like.
I love the color too, that beautiful
It's
yellow.
actually
And
just fabrics.
yeah, I love it. It's so beautiful. And so anyway, so that I had to say that, just so you knew. And then some people are saying that this is such an interesting conversation. They're really interested. And then someone was saying that Gao is saying spirit was like, yes, yes, you are Jikara. Yeah. And then it took me out of the stream, which is fine. That's part of life. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you have any questions here for Flo, before we do some chair yoga together. And are you guys ready for some chair yoga? Would you guys like to do like a small practice here with Flo, and I'm telling you, you're in for a treat because she's amazing. I honestly, like, I was just so excited, and Monica says she loved listening to Flo today. Awesome. Thank you, Monica, for being here. And for and then if you want to connect with Flo, I just kind of want to let you know, if you are here in the Tampa Bay area and you want to connect with her, you have her Instagram here. I'm going to put her Instagram so that you can connect with her. But she has a sound bath coming up at
Yeah,
the yoga studio that I go to, which is
this
Hanak
Saturday.
Prana Yoga. And I'll put it on here so that you guys can look at the name. Um, and it's going to be this Saturday. Isn't it going to be this Saturday?
This Saturday, yeah,
Yeah.
at 11:15. If you want to try the sound with the restorative yoga. So it's almost a journey, a meditation for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that
20
sounds
minutes.
so
Yeah,
delicious. So
recipe.
11:15 to 12:15.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be there.
12:45. Yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, it's 90 minutes. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely gonna be there because that sounds amazing. And so if y'all are in Tampa, definitely do go to Hannah Prana Yoga Studio. That's where she's gonna be this Saturday. And that's the yoga studio that I go to. And she's there every Thursday. So at least that I know, I think you're there Thursdays and Fridays. I haven't
Yeah,
gone to a Friday class.
and Thursday night and Friday morning. Friday morning, it's the first class is a vinyasa, and the second class at 10 is a chair yoga. If you want to
Yes.
try a chair yoga. And I just want to add at this studio, if you want to try the restorative with the sound, but in Spanish, it will be in September. Because I think it's really important to offer some stuff in Spanish.
Thank you so much for doing this. Oh my gosh, I love that. You're going to do that in
So you
Spanish.
can do both in English and Spanish, but because sometimes you are afraid because of the language and this, I can totally get it. So if you want some Spanish, it's in September.
There you go. So Gao is asking a question here. Today has been super interesting. Does Flo recommend a basic or starter class to start with for someone who hasn't done yoga in a long time? That's a good question.
Again, the question is about I cannot read. I don't have my glasses on.
So it's fine. I can read it for you. She's asking if you recommend a basic or starter class to start with for someone who hasn't done yoga or in a long time.
I really think the best idea is go to a yoga studio, because if you never did yoga or if you stop for a long time, maybe your body doesn't really know where to go. And it's the best thing to go to a yoga studio at least, I would say, maybe once in a week, to just have the basics. And after this, maybe you can go more regularly. But a lot of time when we start to go back with the body, like in January, we want to do everything, and yeah, I can do it. And after 2 weeks, we stop because we are so sore and we are in pain in here and there. We need time. So I really invite you, yeah, once a week, maybe twice, but with in person with someone. So you can actually see, you can hear, maybe the teacher can help you, not to tell you you have to do this, but just help you in what happened if you move this or here, and you can feel it. It's, I think, for beginner starting, for example, online, it's a little not dangerous, but not so great. So so just find a yoga studio. I would say a hatha class or hatha flow, something open to beginners. Grab a mat, or if you don't have a mat, they always have mat in the studio. Just grab something. You don't have to be in Lululemon or something super fancy, and just go to the studio and try.
I love that. Yeah, and that's what I did, Gao. I just basically went online because I started going to a gym, and I was doing some weight training, and it wasn't my body was not happy. It was just not happy with the weight training. And so I received this guidance to check for yoga studios, and I found this yoga studio this where I met Flo, and it's been beautiful. Now I haven't stopped. Like before, I wasn't looking forward to go. Now I actually do look forward to go. And even in those moments when maybe there's a little bit of a challenging class where we're challenging our bodies a little bit, which I think it's good. It's a healthy thing for us to do. But even in those moments, like at the end, it's just it always feels I always feel so much better. So I don't know, just sharing that.
It's easy here in this country. You can take maybe just for a week a super price to try different classes, or 2 weeks, or just a pack of 5 classes. So you can try different style, you can try different teacher, and just find the yoga you need right now, because you will see if you keep doing yoga, your practice is going to change a lot. You start because you want the big stretch, you want to sweat, and after 2 months you just want a restorative and to go back to this and that. You just change. Every day is different, so just try.
I love that. And then I also wanted to mention, so if you're not local and you want to try, maybe you've already have, tried yoga before, you've been doing yoga and you want to try a class with Florence, you can actually join online Hana Prana Yoga Studio and attend her classes as well there. So you don't have to feel limited by the fact that you're far away. Just know that you can still connect with Flo online through the I think it's through Zoom, right? That they do they have that
Yeah,
set up
we
as a
use
Zoom call.
the Zoom, and at home nobody see you, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's a great way to start too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you want, in case you don't want to, like, you don't want anyone to see
You want
you
to
have
do
that.
yoga in pajama? Yeah, go ahead.
It's a great way to do that. So I just kind of wanted to put it out there. I personally like to go, but I know that there's people who prefer to do online, and I just kind of wanted to let you know that if you wanted to connect with Flow, that you have that option as well, in that studio. And so, and then going back to her Instagram, also if you wanted to connect with her directly, and learn more about her other offerings, because she's also a sound healer. As you know, she's going to do a sound healing this weekend at the studio, and then I think that you do Reiki too, right? Reiki.
Yeah. I'm doing Reiki, and yeah, it's related with the sound. I love to use the shamanic drum. It's why all my example of going with the body. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love that. So yeah, so for everyone that wants to connect with Flo, just go online to her Instagram and follow her there, and let her know that, and send her a DM. Let her know that you came from this live, so that she knows that you came from here. Okay, so um, we have like 5 minutes. Do you think we have like 5 minutes to do maybe a couple of movements with chair yoga?
yes, we are going to try 5 minutes. It's a lot.
Okay, perfect.
So just let me move the computer. Oh, I woke up my dog. It was sleeping between my legs. He's ready for the yoga. Let me move this. I don't know if you can see him. It's just here.
Hi, oh my goodness.
Okay, so just find a comfortable sitting position in the middle of the chair and try to remove the flesh, to remove everything, to really be sitting on your chair. I like to place blocks under the feet, but you don't have to. If you don't have, you can always place books, or you can stay with the feet down on the floor, but just try to spread the toes here to feel the floor, to feel grounded here. And try to find a line with your back. So we don't want to collapse here. We really want to start to place the shoulders down to find a good place for the head. You can place your hands on your legs with the palms facing down or up. It doesn't matter. You can start to close your eyes or just start to look down. And when you are ready, just start slowly to take one big inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. And we just take a few breaths here. You choose if you exhale through your mouth or through your nose. Just try to take the inhale through the nose and just observe this breath here. Just notice the sound of this breath. Just notice the movement of the breath going in and out. And if you want here, you can take this time to set one intention for right now. Maybe just one positive word. Maybe one sentence you need to hear right now. And when you find this intention, just repeat this 3 times in your mind. And we just take 2 more big breaths here. And from here, you can keep your eyes closed if you want. We just take one big inhale. And on the exhale, place the ear and one shoulder together. Here, starting to find some space to the side of the neck. Try to relax the shoulder. The tendency is starting to lift the shoulder up. You can stay like this or you can extend the arm to the side. I love to lift the arm up, finding like a line with the shoulder here. And if you want, you can start to flex here the wrist, placing the fingers up. Just one big inhale. And exhale, release the arm down. Go back with the head to center and we go to the other side. Every time we try to find the balance here between each side. So you can stay here or again you can start to extend the arm. Maybe explore the best place for your arm on this side. And again, maybe find this line. Maybe flex the wrist. Just one more breath here. And you can release the arm. You can go back with the head to center. We just place the hands to the side. We take one inhale. We lift the arms up. Here, maybe look up. And on the exhale, release the hands down. One more time, just like this, following your breath, going up and down. And we stay with one hand down, maybe grab the side of the chair. Take one inhale, lift one arm up. And on the exhale, lean to the side. So we try to keep the chest facing forward. Sometimes we start to round. You can look down or up. You can really extend the arm or you can release the arm on top of the head. You choose. And we go back to center with one inhale, and we do exactly the same to the other side, finding some space this time to the side of the body for one more breath. Just go back to center with one inhale, lifting both arms up. And on the exhale, find a twist. One hand on the outside of the opposite leg. One hand can grab the back of the chair or the seat. Maybe turn your head looking back here. And we can go back to center, lifting the arms up with one big inhale. And when you are ready, exhale, find your twist to the other side. So just try to keep the line on the spine here. To be careful with your lower back. Maybe look back just for one more breath. And we can go back to center with one big inhale, lifting the arms up, hands together, and on the exhale, release the hands down. Maybe in front of the chest, maybe hands down on your legs. Just have maybe one more minute to close the eyes here. And if you want to join me, we take the inhale in 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale in 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 2 more times. Inhale, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last one, big inhale. And this time exhale through your mouth and exhale everything. Just keep exhaling here just a little more. And just go back with your breath. If you want, you can bring your hands together in front of the chest. Perfect. And if you want to take one more breath with me, we take one inhale through the nose. And this time hold your breath. Relax the shoulders. Open your mouth, and when you are ready, exhale everything here. Beautiful. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was short, it was
Yes.
quick, but at least you have some basic movement and some basic breathing technique.
Thank you so much. Somebody said that they came in a little later, but they're catching up and they're saying thank you so much for sharing. And so, yeah, let us know in the comments, how did that feel for you? I know for me, it felt amazing. Monica saying, oh my God, that was such a nice midday stretch. I feel amazing. Thank you, Flo.
Oh, good. Thank
Yay,
you.
that's so good. I'm so happy that y'all participated, and you saw it. It didn't have to be something so kind of like how Flo was saying, putting your head, your what is it, your
Your food
something
behind
on your
your head.
head or something.
This
It
is for
doesn't
the
have
next session, yeah.
those next time. And she says that her back felt so relieved, and so that's incredible. Yeah, and it's so interesting, just those simple movements, right, that really create such a powerful shift in our bodies. It's just I really love this. And so, yeah, I'm just so grateful. And so, yeah, let us know in the comments anyone else that wants to share. And if you want to share any gratitude towards Flo, thank you so much, Flo, for being here, for sharing your beautiful energy, for just being this beautiful loving soul that is just sharing this amazing healing for all of us. Thank you for following your purpose and your path. I'm eternally grateful to you, and I'm hoping that this helps everyone that watches this video, whether you're here now or on the replay. Thank you for watching and being part of this beautiful community. And so if you want to connect with Flo, you saw how amazing she is. You can even connect with her online. You can check her out at the Hanak Prana Yoga Studio and connect with her there. online if you wanted to take her classes online, and then also her Instagram, Yoga Florette, at Yoga Florette. And make sure that you let her know that you're coming from here if you do follow her. All right. Well, thank you, Flo, for everything.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
For inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your Thursday.
Bye. Thank you.